Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Firstly, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for those who've taken up a membership with me. We will be getting on to the Minor Arcana this week and then hopefully getting into some classes after that. I do understand that with the classes too that you may be in different time zones, so I'm going to have to work that out a little bit with you too, which may mean that we have a couple of smaller groups rather than one big group. All right, so please be careful of scammers. They're out in force. I found them all over my page again, especially on Facebook. If you're on my Facebook, they're really targeting that, so please be careful. I've sort of given up a bit with the YouTubes and the TikToks. I don't seem to be able to get a handle on that. So I did see another way to report, so I might try that next time. But technically they're stealing your information, they're stealing my identity. So, and certainly writing on the back of my Facebook is a pretty horrendous thing. Just absolutely hideous. So please be careful. All right. Is there anything else? If you are interested in a personal reading with me, just email me at theaussiegoddess@gmail.com, or one word, theaussiegoddess@gmail.com. No numbers, no letters, no misspellings in it. I'm still offering personal readings, just my website isn't up and running at the moment. Keep in mind I'm away for a week in October from the 16th to the 23rd. And I will not be available to do personal readings or upload any videos during that week because I'm away somewhere else. So please keep that in mind. Okay, let's get into your reading. We're going to use the Morgan Greer Tarot for your reading here. I pulled out some decks that I've had for a long time. I have like these decks that came in little tins or little cans, and they're really very cute. But a couple of them I don't use quite so much. So I'm going to put some of those away for giveaways for the members. So if you're watching this, then we'll start doing that from next week. And I think I said I've got t-shirts there as well, so I want to give a few things away. But we're starting off with the Ten of Cups, which is absolutely beautiful, always a beautiful way to start a reading. I do have the Queen of Cups behind that with the Lover's card. Ooh, and the Queen of Swords. And the High Priest and the High Priestess. Okay. Now, and the Nine of Pentacles is here. Okay, I feel like somebody may have here separated, walked away from a relationship. They look like they've become either divorced or separated. And I feel like they're making their way towards you here. Possibly a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio who has this really strong energy of wanting some sort of happiness or seeing you as their happiness. Now, I know this isn't everybody's reading, and I realize that sometimes when I pull these readings up, because I just read what's there, sometimes they'll come through with an energy that doesn't belong to you. That's fine. You must realize at that point it is not my reading. Because if you're going to sit there and say, I don't want that, then it wasn't your reading, because these readings are meant to resonate with the people that they are resonating with. So if it's not your reading, it does look like somebody is returning. It may not be that you've had a relationship with this person. It could be somebody is returning to your life after you've not seen them for a number of years. I've met many people who've had come together with people from their childhood or people from school. This person has recently become separated or divorced, and I feel like is coming towards you here. It could be that you've had some sort of connection, relationship, friendship, something like that with them. But I feel like this person has this energy of revisiting the past. So let's have a look where we're going. All right, and there's the past card. You could never, ever, ever, ever predict this. When it happens, it blows me away too. So this is the card of the past coming through, Six of Cups with the Five of Swords. Something was left behind in the past here. I feel like with the Ace of Wands, you may have moved on to different things. Wheel of Fortune's here. So both of you left behind a connection, to me, because you had your own destiny or your own ideas of the direction you wanted to go in. So both of you could have chosen to leave a connection behind and married someone else or went off with someone else, they could have done the same thing. But I feel like you've both been separated because you both needed to sort of follow your own path here. I feel like turning your back on this particular relationship. It's funny because I was about 16 when we came out from England, and I had a boyfriend there, and I'd been in love with him for years. I think I met him when I was about 12, and he was always like, my heart was always with that one. And when I left at 16 to come to Australia, I had to leave him behind, and it was devastating for me. I can remember running away, people coming after me to get me because I'd gone the plane, and like I caused all sorts of trouble. And when I came to Australia, I'd only been here for a few months. We'd been writing consistently, and then he wrote and told me he'd met someone else, and I was like devastated. I think it was the best thing that could have happened though, because I was forced to move on with my life. Did I forget him? No. And I went back to England some 30 years later, maybe 30 years later, and we went out for a few of us actually. One of my good friends and I went out for a pub lunch, and we met up, and it was really good because it was really nice to sort of catch up with people, but there was nothing like after all that time. So this is what it makes me feel like. Okay, I feel like you've separated from somebody, not necessarily because you didn't love them or because there was any problem or issue. This is why when people say, I don't want anybody back from my past, I think, well, some people do. That's it. There wasn't any horrible things there. There wasn't any fights, altercations. There was no abuse. There was nothing. So sometimes we just want to revisit the past. And this particular situation for me personally put a lot of closure on, a lot of years. And I think that that was a really good thing for me, was to be able to say, you know what, I just was so besotted with this person when I was young, but there's nothing there now. And he'd sort of moved on with his life. I mean, he had kids, and and he'd sort of had his cross to bear, as it were. And to me, this is what it feels like you've left somebody behind in your past that perhaps you didn't completely resolve things, but you chose to move off in a different direction. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands coming out. I like that energy with the Two of Wands and the Magician. I feel like this person is trying to catch up with you. Whether or not this is about romance, I don't feel that it possibly is, but I do feel with that Queen of Wands there that this person has always seen you as some sort of integral point in their life. So even if you're not still in love with each other, this person has always held you up in high esteem. They've always thought of you as having some sort of influence on them. It could be that you were able to instigate a career or put this person in the right direction here, especially with that Wheel of Fortune. So, for example, they may have been a good artist, and you may have really encouraged their art, and they went off in that direction, and they've made a really good life for themselves from it. And I feel that there's something here that they respected or revered you for, that they want to sort of show their thanks for that. All right, Knight of Pentacles coming through with the Two of Swords. However, the Judgment cards here. However, the cards are really yellow and blue. So there's a lot of emotion being passed through here, and there's a lot of intuition. And to me, when I see intuition in a reading, especially with the past cards sitting there, I always get this impression that you thought you may see this person again. So you may never have lost hope that they would turn it round. I really like it. I feel like here something is about to sort of start up, even if it's a friendship. With that Judgment card, it's like it can't be left. Like I always say when I read for people, you can feel that, I almost want to say, unspent energy, that connection between two people that isn't quite exhausted. There's still something in the bottle, or still something in reserve. And it could be that your person was in love with you. It could be that you were in love with them. But for whatever reason, the separation has been part of the journey. But when the Judgment card comes around, it definitely tells me that there is something starting back up again, whether that is a friendship, whether this person was a friend to start with, and the friendship's going to start up again. There is definitely this energy of rising like the phoenix. So there is happiness here. I feel like there was love between you, especially with the Lovers card here. Could be dealing with a Gemini here. But I feel like your person has either separated from a commitment, separated from a marriage, And I feel like there's been some sort of closure because there is this energy of like moving into single energy. Now, keeping in mind with these readings too, sometimes this can be your energy. So maybe you found out somebody has recently become single and you are the one who wants to make contact with them. If you are asking, should you make contact? If this wasn't something that ended tragically and there was no sort of abusive behavior or no ill will towards either one of you, I would say your person would be very receptive to hearing from you. But if it's been a relationship where there's been turmoil, then it's not your reading. It doesn't feel like there was any turmoil. It feels like you both just turned your back on something because it wasn't going anywhere or because you wanted to move on with your own lives. Now, that Ace of Wands can also mean that you moved away. It could mean that you moved away from a situation or you left a situation behind because it really wasn't serving you. It could be that your person went away for work. They may have moved to another country to take on some sort of job. With that Six of Cups there, they could have even gone with their own family and left you behind. But I don't think, to me, it looks like it was sort of a very well decided energy. You both obviously, I don't feel like you kept in touch. However, there's a lot of wands here. So you could have kept in touch for a while. Absolutely. The other thing that comes across here is you may still have shared friends. So you may have somebody who's been telling you how the person's going or vice versa. I just want to check the Judgment card here. The Four of Swords with the Queen of Cups. I don't think your person's ever left you behind. Two of Pentacles, yeah. There's a decision being made to call an ending to something. I feel like here that whoever you're dealing with here, and this could be your energy too, the love is definitely still here. Definitely water sign energy coming through. However, a lot of energy around Pisces, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's a real, especially with the Wheel of Fortune falling here and the Judgment card, there's a real energy that this could start up again. And there may be a close to the past. So it may be a fresh start for both of you. You both may be wanting something new, maybe just friendship. But I feel like somehow or another there's romance you've still got perhaps a thing for each other. All right, we're going to read a card from the Oracle of Mystical Moments. There's not a lot in these Oracle cards. They're very, very simple, but often full of impact. So we have Flower Spirit coming through, which is card number 10. They are beautiful cards, though. Friendship, soul, tenderness, joy. This card shows the tender and sensitive flower fairy, the soul of each plant. She listens with all her heart to her friends and provides a soothing caress when their edges get prickly. By enjoying life and keeping the playfulness in her heart, she is a source of inspiration and joy. Her childlike vision helps her see the good in all things, especially herself. Now, there's a couple of things that come through really, really strongly with this card. First off, the friendship element. You may have been extremely good friends with this person, even if you had a romantic sort of interlude with them. I think it's the friendship that may survive that time. But the other thing that comes through strongly here is like that energy of inspiring others. And that came through in the reading too. It may be that the person you dealt with all those years ago was inspired by you to go after something they wanted. You may not have been ready for a relationship. You may have encouraged them to have a relationship with somebody else and they've gone off and done that. But whatever it is, there's still this element or this energy of a very strong love connection between the two of you. So even if it was love through friendship, I feel like that's survived. I feel like your person hasn't forgotten the influence you had on their life or the love that you gave to them. So there's still sort of really wanting to, I guess that's what comes through, is they're really wanting to say thank you, or thank you for your support, or thank you for pushing me in that direction, whatever it is. But definitely feeling with this card coming through that there is a strong value or a strong emphasis on a friendship that was formed between the two of you. I mean, you could have met this person on holidays and both had to go back to your own spaces. But whatever this is, I feel that that's what's coming through the most, is that there is some sort of gratefulness for what you've shown this person. It's really beautiful. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thank you.